Today I want to tell you a little bit about well seals and introduce our stainless steel well seal. This is Mike with RPS Solar Pumps, and what I have right here are 3 different well seals. But first, let me tell you about what a well seal is used for. So on the top of your casing, and this is usually in warmer climates where we don't get really cold, we use a well seal. So the well seal has 2 functions. The first function is it holds the drop pipe and the well and everything down below it. And so the well pump doesn't sit on the bottom of the well because that's going to have sand, silt, and other stuff that settle down below. So we always want to go a minimum of 5 feet to 10 feet above the bottom of the well. And then we have our drop pipe, our wire, our rope, everything that's holding that up to the top. And then that pipe sits on our well seal, and the well seal holds that whole assembly up in the well. Now with all of that pump, cabling, and everything else, it can get rather heavy. And so that well seal needs to support hundreds up to thousands of pounds suspended in our well. The second function is what's called a sanitary seal. And so when we're drilling wells, we're opening up a hole into our groundwater, our aquifer, and that's a risk of contamination. And so we don't want things, either animals, bugs, or anything else crawling down and contaminating our well. We also don't want things like fertilizers, pesticides, or other chemicals getting down into our well. And so this sanitary well seal, as I'll show you in a little bit, has a rubber gasket inside. And so as we clamp it down, that rubber gasket expands and it seals off the top of the well. It grabs around the drop pipe and it expands outward to our casing, sealing it all up so things don't get down it. So historically, there's been 2 types of well seals, plastic and cast iron. Now we don't recommend plastic if you can help it. That's going to degrade in UV light, and it's just not the greatest. It's also not as strong as a metal well seal. So like I mentioned, this well seal has to hold up hundreds to thousands of pounds, and so if we're using a plastic component, we really don't want that to fail and drop everything down the well. So in general, we try to avoid plastic. The second type is cast iron. And so with cast iron, it's either bare metal, and that's sometimes galvanized, and that's going to have a risk of rusting. And so what happens with the well seal is you clamp it down, and as you clamp it, everything expands. But if those bolts start to rust, because it is sitting outside in a rather harsh environment in the rain and the snow and the sun, those bolts can rust and seize over time. And so if they seize and then you can no longer open it up, you're going to have that well seal stuck on the top of your casing. So you're going to have to take a Sawzall or other type of saw and cut around your well casing, being very careful not to cut your drop pipe. And then you're going to have to pull it all out and then replace your well seal if it gets stuck. And so what we've done, as far as we know, the first of its kind, is created a stainless steel well seal. Currently we have it in 3 sizes. We have our 4-inch, a 5-inch, and a 6-inch. Let me show you those real quickly. So we open those up, and first of all, you can see it's super shiny. It's all stainless steel. We have our stainless steel top plate, our stainless steel bottom plate, our stainless steel screws that if you want, clamp it down, and then our stainless steel vent. You can leave this in place or you can remove it if you do need to vent your well casing. Currently, this comes in a 1-inch size. We're also working on 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches for the future. Then we have our sanitary seal. This expands if you want it to help seal up your well casing so nothing can get in. So this is our 4-inch size. Here we have our 5-inch, very similar. Stainless steel top plate, bottom plate, and stainless steel vent and screws. This also has a 1-inch drop pipe hole. We are working on larger sizes. And then we have our 6-inch, probably our most common well seal size. It's a little bit larger, slightly thicker top plate because we know most likely you're gonna put a larger, deeper set in. And again, everything's stainless steel here. This can provide years of reliable service without rusting, without the bolts corroding and everything getting stuck. And so we do recommend in these 3 sizes, when available, that we use a stainless steel well seal. There are a few of our kits that we're still using the cast iron, but we're working hard to come out with different sizes. We have an 8-inch well seal in the works. We have the different drop pipe sizes also in the works, and we're looking at going smaller and larger than our current offerings. These stainless steel well seals are now coming standard in our turnkey kits when we order a 4, 5, or 6-inch size. We also sell them by themselves if you want to get the top of the line well seal for decades of reliable service. We're making new content every week, so hit that subscribe button and hit that notification button if you want to stay up to date on our latest products, our questions and answers, everything about solar water pumping.